Welcome to this Grasshopper tutorial for beginners. In this tutorial, we will be covering the basics of Grasshopper, a powerful parametric tool for Rhino. By the end of this video, you will be learning how we create basic parametric shapes and parametric urban massing with attractor curves. So let's get started. First, we'll open Rhino and then open Grasshopper by clicking on the icon or type in Grasshopper in the command line. Then we will get this window next to Rhino. Close this get started window, and this is the canvas where we create our own script. At the top is a ribbon where all the components and plugins are placed. We go to File and click on New Documents. Now we click on this and get one point, curve, and a brep. Now we click on the display icon to show full names of components. These are shown in orange because it is empty. The nodes on either sides define input and output of data. Clicking on these nodes creates wires which help to transfer data from one component to the other. Now we go to Rhino, create one point, and then right click on the point component and set one point. And then we click on the point and it's done. Now we draw a curve in Rhino, right click on the curve component and set one curve. And then we create a box and then set one brep. Select the box. Now we change the location of these objects and see if it is changing. Yes, it's changing. That means it's parametric. Now we double click on the canvas and you will see a search window. Over here you can type in a command which you want. Now we'll create the whole new thing in Grasshopper. So now use the construct point to create a point. And this requires inputs on the left side. So we'll put the number slider, which is, let's say, 1000. And then we copy paste the slider by saying Ctrl C, Ctrl V or Command C, Command V. And we connect all the three into the component to create a point in Grasshopper. Now we'll test if it is working fine. So we can change the number slider and it is working. The point is changing. Now we create the curve using the same technique. We'll copy the point component 4 times. Now we put a nerve component and create a curve by connecting the points to the vertices. Make sure you click the shift and then connect to connect multiple wires into one point. Now you can see the curves have been created. You can see the green curve. This is changing as we change the number slider. That means it is parametric. The parameter is changing and the curve is changing. Now we create a solid box. So we use the solid box component and then we give the dimensions of the box by putting a number in the number slider. And then we copy paste the number slider from the top bar. And then we connect the parameters and the box is ready. Now we change the parameters and the box is changing. That's cool. Now we create a new file. Go to Rhino and then hide all objects. Then we create a curve component. Right click and set one curve. One is a curve and the other is a line. Then we put the component as revolve and connect the curve to the curve and the line to the axis of revolution. Now we check if the parameters are working fine. Yes, it's working. That's great. Now we create a new script. Go to Vectors, select the rectangular grid component and put the dimensions of the grid size, let's say 1000. And 15 cells in each direction. Now we draw the attractor curve with the control points in Rhino. Get the curve components and then set one curve. Use the area component to get the centers of the cells and then we will pull the center points to the curve using the pull point component. Now we put the centroids in points and curve in curve and all points are pulled to the attracted curve. it gives us the distance of the cells to the curve. Now we have to extrude the cells in vertical direction. It wants a direction, so we'll have to put it in a vector and a distance. We'll have to put the z vector and then put the distance into the vector. Perfect. We have got the parametric form. Now we have to add the minimum and maximum height using the remap component. This component changes the values from the existing minimum and maximum distance, which is what we get from bounds component, and we will put a new value what we want. We will flatten the list of data by removing all the branches of the data set. We use the construct domain component, and we will put the target minimum and maximum height using the number slider, and put these values and put the map values in the z vector. Great, we haven't finished yet. Now this is hollow, so we have to create a boundary surface and put the cells in the boundary surface, and then put the surface in the extrude component to create a solid extrusion. Now we will hide the working components by selecting all the components and then press the scroll ball on the mouse, and then you will see a quick tool palette. This has a show and hide command with the human face icon. There is an enable and disable to allow the components to run or not. Then there is a lock to freeze the whole computation of the whole script. Recompute to rerun the whole script. And the egg is not to eat. It is used to get the geometry to Rhino. We can also right click and click bake. Then check group as yes please. And then select the layer on which you want it to be created. Change view display to shaded view. Great job, we have made it. Now if you want it to look more colorful, let's put a gradient component. Put the remap values as parameters, and now we'll need to define the minimum and maximum range. So pull in the minimum maximum numbers from the remap into the gradient. Now put a custom preview component, and then we put the values of the gradient into materials. You can try with various preset colors, and we can change the point of attractor curve, and it's changing. It's all parametric. Perfect. You have successfully got started with Grasshopper. You can get one-to-one tutoring from me on your projects, and links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you like this video.